Question for everyone. The formula of success, what are the components?
It's always ever-changing, as you said. I think the formula of success today is different to my formula of success yesterday and probably tomorrow. I think it's about being in the present and being okay with everything you put out and do. Kind of goes back to the pillars I talked about, your purpose, your stakeholders, your culture, and your leadership. So those are what govern my version of success. But I try not to overthink it, because if I do, I'll get in my head, and that's not good. So yeah, success is very light right now.
Thank you, Martina.
I absolutely agree with Akash, and it's about being present and being simple and passionate. Honestly, like sharing my experience, so everything that happened with CAB, you know, we didn't expect that. So like we didn't expect, obviously, to reach out to so many people around the world. And everything happened, how? Without talking, without just doing like this. Sharing like those kind of messages of happiness, of being simple, of positivity.
For me, I would say there is like success from the business standpoint, the amount of views that I'm getting, collabs, everything. But from the personal standpoint, my measure of success is how many people I meet in a location who would come up to me and say, Marina, you changed my life. Like yesterday, there was a girl, she's like, you inspired me to move to France. And I moved to France because I watched your videos of you moving to the US, going through the hardships of being an immigrant. And I looked at you and I knew I could do it. And like, this is like, I actually played a tiny role in changing somebody's life. This is the definition of success.
So talking about the business side, so talking about the influence on social media, for me, success is being really true to yourself. And it's also, you know, to having that kind of consistency that your followers could rely on. So being consistent, what does that mean? So it's really being there for your following. It's really interacting with them. So that's when you really understand what they want and you understand the needs and you can fulfill them. I think that's, you know, drops of success.
I'll say, I mean, to me, success is just having the freedom to do what you love. I think there's all these external validations. And I have to say, I think somebody mentioned like Forbes 30 under 30. As someone in the media, I have made those lists before, created them. There's always 150 more people that deserve to be on those lists, but don't make it for whatever reason. It's so random. And I see people get so upset because, you know, they didn't get that. And so I think just, yeah, being able to do what you love and having that internal strength is the most important.
A slightly different angle, because you asked about success with personal brand, and I found this tip to be really helpful for people building their own, whether they're a creator or just somebody in business or in life. Human brains are really frustratingly simple, and they can only remember 3 things at a time. So if you're building a personal brand, what are the 3 things you stand for? Now, it used to be things, right? Like I'm a doctor or lawyer. But because I think all of society has moved towards values, whether it be because the way we consume content or buy products, there's so much to choose from. Now we have to connect with people emotionally, or just the fact that we're more awake as a society and it's freer and deeper to talk about emotions. I always ask, what are the 3 values you stand for? Now here's the trick, because there's 3 things that you should pick. But then you need to go ask 3 people what they think those things are about you. First is someone who knows you really well. A sibling, a spouse, a best friend. The second one is somebody you work with, but only work with. They only see that side of you. And the third is somebody you barely know. Ask them what those 3 things are about you. And they're never the same as the first 3 you picked for yourself. So that's a really good experience in getting feedback, whether good, bad, or ugly, because feedback's a gift. But I think that's how you start understanding what your personal brand is. And then back to the success of finding that, I think when you feel like you live that every day and you don't have to try to be those things, you are those things and people mirror that in you, that's when you found success.
This is such a great knowledge. Thank you so much.